Yeah, we're here with Jim Carbuncle. He's a law enforcement expert. And Jim, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on for the viewers that are just tuning in?
Yeah, well, excuse me, I got a little bit of phlegm going on. We got the camera locking up here now. This looks like some sort of a technical delay. A lot of times this kind of thing happens due to the signal bouncing off of the ionosphere. We apologize to the viewers who are simply trying to enjoy a vehicular pursuit. And what they call this here is Jimmy buffeting right now. Let's see if we can't somehow get this to run a little bit smoother. Okay, there we go. We're back in action. What you got? What you got here is well, you got a man, and he's clearly a man because that's a right there. That looks like an Armani, looks like a foul weather coat. And he looks like he's sporting some size, I don't know, 12, maybe 12 and a half athletic shoes. Now, what's happening is he's waving. Now, what we call that is threading the needle. He's threading the needle here as he evades the law enforcement vehicles. And now he's reaching into his groin area, which he could easily be arming himself with some sort of a Saturday night special, perhaps, or maybe even like a buck knife. There's really no telling what he's got there, but he's doing it again there. Now, a lot of these fellows like to pleasure themselves while they're running from the law because there are certain endorphins that are released by the brain housing group. And well, now he has deployed some form of cape right here, and this may be in an effort to make him a little bit more aerodynamic. You can see how the wind is fluttering over his Armani jacket there, and it's helping him to get into some of the tighter areas that he might not necessarily be able to get into without the use of that tactical coat he's wearing there. Whoa, that was a close one. He came really close there to scratching that car's paint right there. And should I just keep going on here? No, yes, Jim, you're doing a great job. Please, we're very honored and lucky to have an expert with your intelligence and your experience here with us. So please do continue. Tell the viewers what's happening. Well, for those of you that are just tuning in now, you're wondering why you're seeing a superhero flying down the freeway. Well, what that is you got basically he's a criminal is what he is. Now he is signaling. He's got his right signal on. So they're not going to be able to charge him for that maneuver right there. However, he immediately cut back to the left with the right blinker on, and that's going to cause him a few legal troubles. Whoa, my Lord, have mercy on everybody's soul. He just threaded the needle again. Okay, he is definitely amping up the RPMs on that rice burner there. There he goes. Look at him go. And now that right there, that was a tree, but blocked out. And he's on the Hollywood freeway, as you can tell, because well, I recognize, quite frankly, I've been around enough to know that the slant of the stripes on the road can oftentimes tell you where you're at. Should you become lost and perhaps maybe it's too foggy to see the signs, you can always. Well, that's a whole other topic there. He's got his signal on again. He's signaling to turn to the right. Now the funny thing is, he's turning left and right, but he's not using it. Now I would go ahead and venture a guess that the left blinker is inoperative, which is a whole other citation that this young feller is gonna. Oh, look at the law. The law came in, and now the law is gone. You know, he fought the law, and he's winning. Now, here he goes. Now, I would like to also notice and take mention of the fact that seems to be wearing the appropriate riding gear for a vehicular pursuit. He has taken the time to wear headgear, which can protect his bell housing group should he come into contact with the concrete at any time during this here vehicle pursuit. Now, what's going on now? We're talking what we in law enforcement we call this the side parallel, and that's what this car here, number 678, is doing. Now, just some excellent police work right there. You're witnessing some great police work. The way, and here he comes. Here he comes. The law is on him now. They're on his 6 o'clock, and that's sort of law enforcement lingo for right behind you. And So yeah, he's probably not going anywhere because you can see there it is, number 678's right on him. He's definitely whoever's driving 678, he's got some skills. I tell you, he's got some skill. And there he goes. What he's doing is he's trying to close the distance. Okay, a lot of times, often in these pursuits, what we like to do as law enforcement professionals is kind of close the distance so that we're kind of closer to the guy, as opposed to being farther away. Now, I know that's hard for the layman to understand, but trust me. He might be gesturing. It looked like there's something on his middle finger. He was interested in showing the law enforcement man there. And here we go. This could very well be the end of the pursuit because a lot of times the suspects like to surrender when they look over in their mirror and they see the law enforcement right there. A lot of times they just often will just go ahead and, just say, hey, the pony's up, the jig is up, all good things must come to an end, and, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones kind of thing, and they'll just go ahead and shut it on down. However, oh boy, I retract my last statement. This boy is definitely trying to outwit the law enforcement, which is just a futile endeavor, if you ask me. Now, we all know that there's only a couple of possibilities here. Now, either he is going to be vaporized into a waft of pink mist, should he go underneath an 18-wheeler or something, or the law is going to be forced to ventilate his body with little small chunks of lead. That's sort of a law enforcement joke there. We like to say ventilate because you got holes in you. Or maybe even the other one is he could possibly surrender, or he might ride to like a law enforcement community center and ask if there's openings in the Explorer Scouts. He might do something like that, try to throw a kind of a left hook at law enforcement. But it's really hard to tell what's going on in someone else's head because, well, hell, it's in their head. It ain't in mine, so I'm just working off of experience here. Ooh, 675's back again. Boy, he's just like an angry little bee. He just won't give up, will he? Just a chasing and a whirling and a swerving. Oh, what the hell? Did we just split the atom? We got 678 over here on the right, and oh, that's 675. Okay, so they're clearly the officer there is they're from the same general area based on the numbers on the top of the police car. Well, you got 675. Now, who knows what happened to 676? Now, he might have wrecked out at the beginning of the pursuit, or perhaps his vehicle's getting maintenance in the police vehicle maintenance facility. There's at this juncture, there's just really no way of knowing. So we're missing a couple cars, but we got 678, 675, and between the two of them, they ought to have enough equipment to go ahead and get the job done. And they're doing a fine and dandy job right now. They're using the just offset parallel vehicular wedge tactic, which we don't like to go into detail. We don't want the civilians and of course the bad guys to know how we operate. And have you ever been behind someone that just won't turn off their goddamn blinker? Well, that's what's going on here. This feller here on this scooter is just he's starting to get under my skin with that blinker thing. I mean, that alone. Hell, back when I came on the job, we would have shot him just for that. Ooh, we got some more help here. Yeah, there's just a whole chunk of law enforcement coming after this boy. And, he looks like a pretty big boy, so, sometimes they like to get a little frisky when you try to take them to the pokey. Well, we got to break for a commercial, but we'll come back and, either he'll be dead or in custody, one or the other. We'll turn back on over to you, to the crew here.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Jim. I can't thank you enough for your expertise, and we will be right back to see how this pursuit ends. Stay tuned.
Times starting a fire is the hardest part of the program when you're talking about survival. Other times it becomes rather simple.
Oh my God, my wrist.
Damn near killed my boy, but it's all about surviving.